So a lot of you guys lately have been asking me to do tricking vlogs, but to be honest, I haven't been really tricking hard as much lately. Now, don't get me wrong, I have been tricking like literally a shit ton, but it's more like what I like to call foundation building. So I started training my own curriculum starting from the beginning to help improve my tricking overall, because I'm not gonna lie, there were a ton of things that I did not like. I thought they were super sloppy and they needed some cleaning up, maintenance like bad. Because personally, I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather have lower level super clean tricks than higher level crazy sloppy tricks. And also working on the progressions and actually taking your time with tricking is the best way to prevent injury. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to do these vlogs, but my tricking sessions might be pretty dull for some of you guys in the beginning, only because I am going to be starting from the beginning of my curriculum and working all the way up to level 10. So we're starting super basic and then getting up to like triple corks and stuff like that. I'm super excited to get there, and I believe that this curriculum will work even for me. Now, for those of you that are beginning and still starting off in tricking, this will actually be really good for you, because this will give you a chance to kind of see my whole curriculum as I'm doing it. And I'm also going to be explaining everything I'm doing that day and why I feel it's important to learn in the beginning. So it's a really good learning tool for a lot of you guys to kind of come back on, see why it is that I'm doing, and ask me questions on why it is I'm doing this, that. And honestly, I just always wanted to document myself training and seeing my own progress. So it actually is something that I've really wanted to do myself. Now, besides me just doing like these little tricking vlog things, I'm also gonna have like segments on different days built inside these tricking vlogs. For example, today is Tricking Tips Tuesday. In that case, I'm going to do my normal session and everything, but the first thing that I'm gonna be doing in the beginning of this vlog is Tricking Tips Tuesday. So right after this, that's what I'm gonna be getting into. Also, I've decided that Wednesday is going to be a Q&A day, because a lot of you guys lately have been having some really good questions that like I haven't even thought of. So I'm gonna be putting the ones that I feel are super important and the ones that I get asked most frequently on those Q&As. And the last one that I feel like a lot of you more experienced trickers are gonna like is I'm going to be doing requested tutorials inside these vlogs. For those of you who like want a touchdown rise tutorial now, or you guys want a cart full tutorial now. So I hope you guys are down to join me on this tricking journey. But enough of the ramble, let's get on with today's Tricking Tips Tuesday. Oh man, oh God, foam roller isn't the stablest thing to sit on. Stablest. Sent in was a Webster by Bam, that guy. What's up, dude? All right, not bad. Honestly, you know what's funny? It looks like you're gonna land it. I'm just kind of like, what? If I saw it in like fast motion or normal mo, it'd probably be a little bit easier. Okay, so the first thing I'm kind of seeing in your Webster is the fact that you're doing it on a mat. No, but seriously, doing it on the mat, it is a safe thing to do, but it also makes it harder for you to actually push and jump up. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to do like a standing back tuck or a backflip on a 8-inch mat. It's freaking hard. It isn't the easiest thing. You have like zero jump. You have to literally like muscle through your upper body just to get up. Besides that though, your jumping leg is a little bit too far behind you. You still need to think about blocking, like getting that foot at least underneath you so you can get actually a better jump and push. If it is behind you, it's gonna throw you more out. You're not gonna get as high, and it's just gonna make it harder to do. So the second thing is that I'm seeing is you're just not bringing your legs together fast enough. Make sure that you're actually trying to get your legs together more at the top, because right then and there it'll flip you around. As you can see, it kind of like goes towards the end and then finally gets together. You want to actually try to get together at the top so your body can flip over. But other than that, not bad. Keep working on it. Good job, dude. The sprinkler people are here, so hopefully I don't get totally soaked. Day one of the Upraiz tricking curriculum. We don't do much, honestly. The main kind of thing that we focus on is just understanding what your target is, where your kicks are gonna be coming out at. After we figure out the target, we determine what way they're gonna be twisting, so we know if they're a right or a left side tricker. And then from there, we go ahead and learn front side and back side stance, because we'll know what your front side and back side stance is from that. Then we also move on to learning the takeoffs. So there are 3 takeoffs. First one is a pop takeoff, second is a cheat, and third is a swing takeoff. And that is the main focus of today's training. Let's check it out. All right, so we determined our target, so we're gonna be looking forward. is gonna be target, this is gonna be my front side, and this is going to be my back side, because that's the way I'm gonna be going. I twist to my left. So the first thing that we're gonna do is gonna be the pop takeoff. So we're gonna do that a few times. I usually drill this about 10 times because it is just a warm-up, so I get used to just warming up. If this is your first time ever doing any type of tricking or anything, you might want to do it a little bit more, just get used to it. But all you're really doing is jumping. See how I kind of use my arms though when I do it as well. Now we're gonna move to the backside. Obviously they're both the same thing, but the reason that makes it different is because your target is still in the center. It's right in front of you where your inside stance would be. So next we're gonna be going to a cheat leg. So a cheat leg for a left side tricker is always going to be your left leg. So this would be my front side cheat. Front side stance, looking forward at my target, bringing that knee up, kind of just getting it warmed up. Make sure you're also focusing on pointing the toes when you do this. The earlier you start off pointing your toes, the easier it's going to be later on, because right now I freaking super struggle with it. Okay, so now we're going to go on to backside cheat. This is like the normal cheat setup that people use for their tornado kicks and stuff like that, and like 540 kicks, stuff like that. Again, keeping those toes pointed, really focus on that. You can kind of twist your shoulders a little bit to get used to facing the front side when you do it. All right, so the next thing that we're going to be learning is going to be our swing takeoff, okay? So we already determined that our cheat knee for a left side tricker is our left knee. So now we're going to be doing our swing takeoffs with our right leg. So swing is always going to be your right leg. So you can kind of just bring the knee up if you want, or you can kind of put your leg back and swing it through as well. I recommend doing both of them if you're warming up. Actually, I recommend honestly just do both of them if you're warming up or if you're learning it. So now we're going to move on to a backside swing. So this is a backside swing. Notice it's exactly the same as a cheat, unless you decide to use that eagle. See, I get in the eagle position, start from back and swing it, but it's still considered my swing knee from this point. You can also do the same thing with a cheat, and it's still going to be a cheat. Cheat and swing are exactly the same thing. It just determines on how you use them. So basically, after you do your warm-up, which day one is just all about, we're gonna go ahead and foam roll right after, okay? I'm not gonna go too in depth with this. All I do is I kind of just put it like underneath here to get my calf and underneath my leg. And I kind of just like roll it like that and try to hold my body weight up when I'm doing it. I don't try to roll it super fast. I just kind of go slow and just try to hit the spots that are like super sore and tight for me. But I do try to get everything else as well. We can get the hamstring too. So you can go a little bit deeper, get the hamstring, kind of go up on the glutes a little bit. Do it the opposite way because, you know, gotta have, don't want any muscle imbalances and stuff like that. Yeah, act like I know what I'm talking about right now. I always like to get the quads because the quads are good. So the outside of like your quad, but this one can hurt super bad. Like right now it hurts super bad because I haven't done this in heck long. So it's crazy. Yeah, oh. But sometimes you hit that right spot. Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. If this doesn't work too, you can always get like a baseball, like anything, any like hard kind of ball, and kind of just like roll it wherever it hurts. This is when I like usually put my back against the wall and like get up here in like those little tiny areas, especially on your feet. If you like stand up and just stand on this ball, it feels freaking great. That's what we learn after we learn the basic tricking concepts and all those takeoffs. And then after that, we move on to stretching and meditating. I'm just gonna stretch on the sidewalk real quick because yeah, I don't want to get super itchy. So I usually start in a straddle here. I kind of reach over and grab my leg, try to pull my head down as far as I can. Make sure I do that on both sides. I try to keep my toes pointed when I'm stretching all the time, as much as I can, just to enforce that muscle memory and make you point your toes more when you trick, because I'm terrible at it personally. You can put your arm here, reach over as far as you can, try to touch your toe, and then we can do the same on the other side. And then from there, I reach out in the middle, and then from there, do some butterflies. These are super nice to do, especially because kicking, obviously your groins hurt a lot. You can kind of like flap your wings, or you can kind of just push down as much as you can. And then I kind of slide my feet out a little bit, kind of like make a diamond with my legs. And then I try to go down as far as I can. This gets more of like your glutes back here, and it feels pretty good, especially because like just we kick a lot, so it feels great. And then from there, straighten out my legs, pike, again, point my toes, try to reach as far as you can. I do the kitty cat stretch. So I try to put my arms out, and then again, I'm kind of off frame, but whatever, you see what I'm saying. So you try to get basically try to get your butt up and your chest down as far as you can. And from there, I go to the seal. Oh, this feels good right now. I have not stretched in a while. This is actually pretty freaking vacation, you know? Grab my wrists, roll them out a little bit. Roll them out. Yes. So I get into lunge like this, and I like to start grabbing my leg, pulling up here. It's kind of hard to balance at first, but it gets my quad really good, so that's why I do that. And then we get into a lunge, hands to hips, push hips forward, straighten out this leg, kind of go down, and then I slide out as far as I possibly can. And then I basically do the same exact thing on the other side, and then after that, go to the middle, we go down, we do the bridge. Oh my God. That's actually it for, that's literally it for all day one.
Yeah.